Record to the cloud. Okay, I think we're recording. Can the Playbook Group, what's going on, guys? Just we're making some ads right now, and I thought it'd be a really good idea. We thought it'd be a really good idea to just kind of show you the build out of like what we do when we're making our ads and we're targeting certain people that Facebook may or may not want us to get in contact with. So we just want to make this like short video, really demonstrating what those ads look like and how we go about our targeting and stuff like that. So
good man, good. How you guys doing? Doing good.
My bad. All right, so Wes, so framework, right? So I'm targeting Messenger with contact as our lead because we want people to opt in, right? But we want people to opt in Messenger, and we want people to opt in email. That's the whole intention behind this campaign, is to get more than one contact so we can then take that contact and put it in our own CRMs and keep the relationship off of Facebook, right?
Yep.
Okay. So far as audience goes, we're not going to go too deep in the audience, right? So we have this particular demographic that we're going after is business owners that are in the wellness hemp industry, right? And we got a bunch of demographics that we're going after. This is just one demographic that we're going to be testing within the next week or so. So really good stuff right there. So Wes, explain a little bit about the difference between like placement and optimization and delivery, and like what we usually go after when designing ads on the ad set level.
Yeah. So placement wise, it kind of depends on what your goal is, right? Our goal is to just get as many messenger subscribers and leads as possible. So I want it on automatic placements because I want to let Facebook, find my best customers and leads for me. And the more you limit them with a goal like this, the higher your acquisition costs are going to be. So we always go automatic placements when we're doing like purchase conversions or like lead conversions. But then when we're doing more like audience building stuff, then I'll go to edit placements and I'll try to make sure everything's a news feed. For example, if we want to do like a page post engagement ad for social proof, or if we want to do a video view campaign, right? So there's a lot of benefits to video view campaigns because Facebook allows you to capture everyone who watches your video and a custom audience, and you can retarget those people. But we look at those as a really big pillar of our audience building strategy, is getting as much people to actually view our content as possible. So it just kind of depends on what the goal is. But when we're heavy conversion focused, I let Facebook
Do the heavy lifting. Yeah. Yes, that's awesome. Okay. So we're good right here, right? One day click is what we're gonna go after, and automatic placements. And our reach is 7.2 million people. So we got a lot of leverage with an audience this size. What, you were saying something? You were on mute.
Yeah, no, my bad. That was my
Oh,
daughter.
okay. So okay, let's get into the creative and what that looks like. Okay.
So you gotta be creative with your creatives, right? When you're in a restricted business, right? You gotta kind of balance one, kind of make sure that your ideal audience connects with your creative, but two, making sure Facebook doesn't realize what you're doing and try to ban you, right? So like, images of nugs, like tinctures and CBD oil, and obviously, like even if you're able to get away with it for a certain amount of time, eventually it's going to catch up with you.
Yep.
So the goal when you're creating ads to avoid problems in the news feed is to create an ad that is so um, I don't want to say non specific. It's just slightly vague from you're not necessarily talking about CBD in this news feed. We're trying to just simply carry the conversation over into Messenger and into email, because once we've done that, now we can say exactly what we mean. right? Because it's organic traffic.
Yeah.
We can say CBD. We can say get 30% off of this CBD, whatever, right? So, tired of sitting on inventory you can't sell because Facebook has classified your business and products as restricted. See what we're
So,
doing? Like we're calling out our market without saying
yep,
can't sell CBD on the news feed.
yep, yep.
If you're an e-com seller in the health and supplement space, then you can relate. Every day we have calls with entrepreneurs just like you who have a ton of experience launching and selling products, but they have the exact same problem. They can't run Facebook ads to their store. So, I mean, this is a really good example of like how we're using Facebook actively over the last several years to promote cannabis offers, whether digital and actual CBD offers, physical product tinctures and gummies, and how we're able to sell. Because in the news feed, we're always going to make sure we're compliant when it comes to ads, and we're always focused on building our audience, an audience that we can
Exactly.
like. We don't have to retarget these people with sales. We just send an email, we send an SMS, we send a mini chat message. That's our leverage.
Yep. I'm glad you had the focus on audience building because we pride ourselves on that focus, you know, because
Yeah.
the only way we could really survive in you know, in that space by having a direct focus on having contacts and leads in our database. So Wes, we're on the fly right now, man. So we're just kind of freestyling. So give me some of that magic on one of these headlines. You know,
So
how
the
we
headline is going to be the main point of what you're talking about, right? And I
right.
think that last sentence right there is the main point. Can't run
Hmm.
Facebook ads to your store? Question mark.
So do we want to make this? You want me to make this the headline?
Yeah, you can copy it. You can leave it in the copy too, and
Yep.
put it in the headline. Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, get rid of they.
Yep.
Instead of their, your. And then one question mark.
Nice. Okay. I love it, bro. So our junior media buyer slash video guy, says what's up, E?
What's going on, y'all?
He just made us a quick video for this creative. So I'm gonna go on Slack and get it real quick. What channel did you post it under?
It's gonna be in the Canada. Still says it's loading, unfortunately.
That's all good.
You should be able to download it.
I can download that. So bear with me, guys. We doing this on the fly right now.
Yeah.
And we just serve it up with hot cakes. I love it.
Yeah, seriously. So Samit, this is actually your creative
I'm not really sure if you're.
that we're going to use. I don't know if you remember making that.
It's that hot fire. Hot
The Thailand
fire.
hot fire.
What'd you say?
He kind of broke up. Said it's the Dylan right here. The Dylan hot fire.
Hot fire.
All right. So I'm gonna drag this to here. That's gonna be that. And I'm gonna reopen this. Video.
while he's saying that, or doing this, I'll just go ahead and just add this to the video. Everybody in the news feed is typically trying to compete for purchases.
Yep.
Add to carts or something that is super super close to getting the money. Everything that's like the easiest thing, and most people don't value having an audience or having a messenger subscriber, and so your competition bidding on those placements and those objectives is going to be a lot cheaper than bidding for purchase. So just always make sure that you're thinking long term, right? Because you can get an ad for CBD, and we had a guy that was doing 150 grand a month for 9 months straight, just with ads, just running ads directly to his CBD product. But on month 9, it shut down his entire business manager. Everything got shut down, and now he can't advertise that business anymore. And all of that basically was for nothing. I mean, he has an email list now, but he didn't focus on building his fan page. He didn't focus on building his messenger list. He has email subscribers, but only his abandoned carts and customers. He didn't really focus on heavy lead generation to sustain his business, guys. So just want y'all to put a heavy focus on, instead of wanting to get your money right away. It's okay if you're ROI positive in 48 hours or in 3 days, and start looking at it like that, because that's going to be more of a long-term approach than spend $1 today, you make $3 today. At least in this industry
space, yeah. Absolutely. So I'm just waiting for the video creator to upload. So let's give it a second. So keep dropping those gems, bro. That was really good information. I think it's important for our audience to know the importance, like how much we strive on, owning our data and like building our database up, for promotions.
We invented this strategy because we started off at agency guys, right? And we don't like to lose a client as an agency guy because a loophole has lasted its lifetime. It's now that loophole isn't working anymore, or the Facebook algorithm has changed. And so our mission as an agency was to keep our clients for as long as possible, and this is the strategy we created to do that. We created so that we could have a client for 2 years, and when the algorithm changes, it wouldn't affect us that much. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you guys are always thinking long term. I mean, I get it. Like a lot of you guys are sitting on inventory that you've been trying to sell for months, and you're probably just rushing to try to figure out how to get ROI and sell it and move the units. But I promise, if you think of a more long term approach, and it may be a little harder to implement because it's not as simple as an ad that makes all your sales day one, and what you still can do, and we'll go through that, how to make that work. But guys, have a heavy focus on things that will not expire, things that will not stop working. As long as you have an email list, as long as you have a messenger list, as long as you have an SMS list, a fan page that's compliant and congruent with your offer, you're gonna make money.
Yeah. So guys, quick question. So do we want to make a thumbnail image for this ad real quick?
We do.
Okay.
So customize video. On the left side, click thumbnail, and let's see what they already have. Keep everything original too, so we don't want to change the size. So scroll through there and see if there's anything we can use.
Wish there was a picture of the renting versus.
You know what? I kind of like the picture of the babies. Let's leave that.
Okay.
What's the text on there? I can't read it. Click apply changes, and then we'll see.
I can't see it either.
Yeah, man, there's too much text in the image. Yeah, so we're gonna have to change it.
It's too much text in this image. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're tripping, but they're counting every little word in there. Like even on the side panel, they're counting everything at the top.
Let me see. Select image. that's not gonna work.
Why not?
What'd you say?
Click apply changes. Let's see. Probably is too much text. But
Yeah.
let's let Facebook tell us.
Mm-hmm.
If it was without that top part, it probably would work. If it was just a screenshot with the numbers on the side, 400K organic messenger subscribers, probably would work. So what about that picture of Samit and his girl?
I really like that picture.
Why don't we just screenshot that picture and just upload it again?
Yeah, that'll work.
Let me see if I can find that image somewhere.
If you can't screenshot, it'll work too. Just screenshot without all the extra stuff.
Okay. Let's see. Because I might have found one. Hey, okay.
Yeah, but Samit, I think that's a good image though. I think people would just look at your girl and just click. If you look at it, I mean, that's the same thing Kern is doing right now. He's just posting pictures of him and his wife as all his creatives.
That's all he's doing?
Yeah, because it's native. That's what Facebook is for, sharing pictures. And so when you post a picture of you and your partner out doing something, they actually make really good.
Yeah, I got that off of smiling in the pictures, that positive sentiment in the images and stuff like that as well too. The Facebook algorithm.
Yeah. For the customized video. Original thumbnail.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it didn't size it right though.
Yeah.
I think you should try to just screenshot that don't look good. You should try to just screenshot that first thumbnail with the 400,000 with the little text on the side. So, customize video. Go to thumbnail. Go to the image of Sonia's list, 400,000. Where'd it go? Oh, matter of fact, you selected the image from there. So go to that image again. Yep. Click continue. Apply changes. Apply the changes. And then you say you don't know what that ad is, huh? Because if you could screenshot everything except that top text, results equals critical mass, then I think that would work.
It might be in.
Facebook ads is a process, guys. It is a process.
It's a process. Yep.
So we got the creative, we got the video, but your thumbnail does matter, guys. So like if you're testing a video, think the video is hot, but for some reason you're not getting engagement, try a couple of different thumbnails on the front end to make sure you're grabbing people's attention. There's no shortcuts to marketing, especially now, because everybody's a marketer. Everybody's doing it. There's more competition in the news feed than there was in 2014 and 2015. So make sure you guys are really thinking out, what's going to gravitate your customer. Perfect. Yeah. really, we don't even need that top part either, where it says legalize it, don't criminalize it. Oh, you're trying to get the organic message.
Yo, just put that image on a keynote white or black background. I would just do black because that stands out in the newsfeed right now. So they change the colors, and then just re-screenshot that. Because if you keep screenshotting like just the image, it's gonna cut it off on the edge. You know what I mean? Yeah. I see what you're trying to do, and I think that's smart. I just think that just try to get like just open up a keynote, get a black background, put that image on it, and then screenshot that slide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then it'll fit the upload it.
White or black background? You said white.
Because Facebook's colors is white and now it's like blue. You know what I mean? They change their colors on the newsfeed and the whole platform. If you go to Facebook.com now, it's like all like white and a little blue symbol on top. So everything blends in. Black will stand out.
Like this. Shit's still kind of ugly.
Yeah, that was the idea. Let's see if it works.
And also, guys, like we're not striving to like get this thing perfect. Like we're on go mode right now. So
Yeah.
we'll come back and redo everything that doesn't perform. Our biggest thing is to get the ad up and test the audience. And if the audience has good engagement or we can see that there's a relevancy with this type of creative, then we'll come back and redo all the ads again and launch to the same audience. But like sometimes, perfection is paralysis. So we just want to get this thing up. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that image is still pretty sucky.
I don't like that image either. I think you is Samit is your girl. She don't want to face on stuff, because I think that's the best picture. Because you're not even looking at the
Like
camera.
slow
She got
motion.
she got crazy.
Nah, we could put the one with just
Put the one
my
with Samit.
profile picture up there. That's fine.
Yeah, put the one with Samit and
I wouldn't do the one with the turban on. You never know. You never know.
Which one to me? This one?
No, the one with him and his wife. That one. Yeah.
Let me try to get conversions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because this is just a thumbnail. So Kwame, they're gonna see that picture, and then what's gonna happen is, and then it's just gonna start playing into the video that Eric made right away.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all pixelated like that.
I think
It has to be like clickbait.
I think it's just
I know what it is. Go to customize video. I think it's the size of the video. Do recommend it. Yeah, that don't work. Do look at the other options. 2.3 and 9.16. None of those work. You're gonna have to use a different image because that one's all pixelated.
I'm not really sure if you're.
It's gonna cut the whole video.
it may be just my browser why the image is pixelated like that.
Well, let's try it. We'll know. The lead cost comes in good, then leave it alone. Comes in high, we'll tweak something.
For Instagram, I think we need to either exclude it or come with a different image video.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, just leave it. You don't gotta exclude it. It's just not gonna run on Instagram.
Okay, so the ad is up. It's in review. What's anything you want to add to this process that our audience should know about?
No, I mean, I think we're good for a test. Hopefully, that image doesn't show up like that in other people's news feeds, but I think we'll know by the cost. I mean,
Yeah.
what we're looking for is leads from at least out of the gate $2 to $5. Anything over
Right.
that, we know there's a problem
Right.
with the ad.
So,
Quan, we didn't finish the ad text. We didn't put a call to action in it.
did we?
No, they can't run Facebook ads to their store. So go up a little bit. Come on. Yeah, at the top. Yeah, that bottom line at that where it says they can't run Facebook ads to their store. Yeah. So I don't know. We want to put something in here that kind of segues into the call to action, like what we've been able to do. We've discovered a way to build audiences into the millions, compliant. Hit the button below to learn more, something like that.
Another thing I didn't do was
You didn't do the segue.
so another thing, guys, we have a messenger sequence already like mapped out that leads to our funnel. And I guess we'll make another video on how we set this up. Like we just want to keep this video Facebook ads and stuff like that. But as you can see, like not much thought went into this, right? Like we had the idea, we just acted on the idea, but this is our process of finding like winning creatives. We act on an idea, we test a demographic, we test our cost per lead. Once we find that cost per lead, we then, revamp the creative. We get really strategic about the messaging, and we reapproach it with this new creative element now that we've like drilled down on the audience. The messenger bot sequence, this is how we're staying compliant, guys. Like we make sure that everything is compliant. And then once that contact comes into our world, our email, our SMS, our CRM, wherever it may be, which we try to capture like all three in one swoop. We'll show you guys how we do that on another video. But pretty much this is our process. And we do this across the board with like many different types of creatives and ads. But you can see here, like from start to finish, like very little went into this. The data that we get back from this will fuel our next campaign that will eventually lead to us getting like contacts that will eventually lead to sales. So if you are watching this and you have like an idea and you want to launch because you're trying to get more sales or more contacts into your database, right? You can mix a combination of like personal and your brand. It just depends on, the angle. Like with this, you can see we got a picture of one of our co-founders, Shamid, and his wife. And the page that we're using is our agency page, but you can get really creative with this whole process. There's not much restriction as long as you stay compliant with the text and the video and don't really explicitly market like your product. So Facebook's, computer can pick it up. So you want to stay below radar until you get them off of Facebook, and then we can do more aggressive promotions.
Yeah. Well said.
All right, post this. All right, so we in review.
Bet.
Yep. Okay, guys. We're gonna talk about some other stuff, but we're gonna post this video. This video is gonna be in the Teachable account, but I think Samit, did Samit drop off? Yeah, he dropped off. So we'll just post this in a group, and it'll be there for you guys to watch. And if you guys have any questions, just leave some comments.
Yep.